Hello, my name is Michael Kensinger, and I'm the administrator of Friends of Tipton Wetlands. I'm a wildlife artist, an outdoor writer, and a bird addict. I am here at the lovely Old Crow Wetlands, which is in need of our help right now. We have a Rutter's gas station potentially going in right behind me. It will be not only an eyesore, but detrimental to the health and overall productivity of this wetland. We just need people to join our coalition. We have also a Facebook page called Coalition to Save Old Crow. We have people from all walks of life, from scientists and biologists to birders, artists, poets, writers, just people that like to take a nice walk.
I've been coming to the Old Crow Wetland for probably almost 20 years. Old Crow is a special place here, besides just a place for people to get away from town or from everyday life or whatever. In Huntington County and in central Pennsylvania, there aren't many wetlands. It's not at all like the big giant swamps, for example, over in Crawford County or something like that. So there are a lot of birds that use wetlands and that need to be in wetlands, at least for much of their life cycle. And so this is a little oasis in Huntington County. This is one of the better ones around in Huntington County, and you won't find many that are bigger than this. So it's an important stopover point for birds. And there's no better way to explain that or to back that up except by saying in all the years of people birding here, we keep very good records in a database called eBird. And we have collectively documented 218 species of birds here, which is a lot. That's roughly means about 1 out of every 3 birds in the lower 48 states, 1 out of every 3 species have actually shown up here at Old Crow at least one time somewhere along the way. It's probably the #1 birding site here in Huntington County. It's obviously close to town, and that helps a lot, but I know that many birders from out of the area are aware of Old Crow as well, and if they're coming through, may make it a point to stop here also.
99% of insects are specialist insects, which means that they rely on one specific plant lineage for food and reproductive sites. Because we have such an elaborate and beautiful pollinator garden here at Old Crow, it is able to support a variety of these insects, which then in turn provide food sources for wildlife, such as birds and reptiles and amphibians. So this is a very biodiverse place. And having a Rutter's built right there undoubtedly would poison our herp species, the insects, and the pollinator garden.
I've been coming to Old Crow probably for 4 or 5 years. I've been aware of the Rutter's project perhaps for 2 years, but I really got intensely involved with the Rutter's project when their plan came before the Huntington County Planning Commission that I sit on. There are also some very specific standards within the Smithfield Township ordinances that the Rutter's project, at least as it has been submitted, doesn't comply. I made a point of calling attention to those because those represent a basis for which the township can either reject the application or it can insist on improvement to the plan. And a couple of those that are most conspicuous relate to the landscaping plan. And to be honest, the Rutter's plan as submitted has no landscaping plan. They have made no provision for any trees, any shrubbery, any grass, and that is really quite contrary to what Smithfield Township has expected of all of the other businesses along the Route 22 corridor.
Hi, I'm Stan Catala. I've been coming to this wetland with my wife Alice for about 30 years, ever since its inception back in the 1990s. We come here about once a month to look at the wildlife, the waterfowl, the amphibians, and also the plants, a lot of interesting plants in this area. And one thing that's nice about this wetland is the surrounding landscape. The problem is that this surrounding landscape will be ruined if this truck stop with many pumps and catering towards large semis goes in. It'll have runoff from the parking lot over there that'll cause thermal pollution, particulate pollution of this wetland, as well as excessive water flows. There's going to be chemicals in the water from the parking lot, so it'll all contribute to degrading this wetland aesthetically and physically, and it'll have a big impact on the wildlife. In addition, they're planning on having massive lights in that area, which will again have massive impacts on all the wildlife here. Light pollution is a big factor in ruining areas for particularly moths. So we want to keep this area as close to natural as we can, and a large convenience store with truck stops in that area definitely would be a detriment. So I think that the supervisors and the Planning Commission should reject this proposal because of its effects on this wetland.